Are you ready? Are you ready? Tell me you're ready.
Welcome to the show. I'm Glenn MacKinnon. As you may or may not realize, I'm not David Burrows. David is tucked away at a secret location, duct taped, tied up, and gagged. Believe it or not, folks, he cannot speak right now, and I'm just as floored as you are. This is a very, very special occasion, and David is a very close personal friend of mine, and I wanted to get involved, so I commandeered his show for a little while. This is the 150th episode of the show, and we're all very proud of him. So what we've done is we've tucked him away downtown Sarnia somewhere at a secret location, and we're going to head there right now. So this week on the entertainment scene, we're heading down to DNA Studios with Adam Miner. We're going to release David. We're going to allow him to say a few words, and we're going to find out what makes David tick and get behind the scenes of the show. Check this out. Well, we're down here at DNA Studios with my good friend Adam Miner, and we finally released David Burrows. We got him.
Ow.
Yes, he's still peeling duct tape residue from his upper lip. We had him in the back, tied up to a refrigerator, and he found a way to get loose and have something to eat, so we're not really surprised at that. So what we're going to do, David, and it's kind of a shock, Adam and I have planned this over the last couple of weeks, that we're going to ask David a few questions in celebration of the 150th episode, just to find out and let the viewers know what really makes you tick other than eating. So, if you don't mind, Adam, I've got a question right off the hop here.
Well, before you start though, I'm sorry to all the fans out there. Like when you first started watching the show and you saw this face right here,
every week.
Didn't mean to scare anybody off of that.
And I'm still not David Burrows. So, David, first question is, what were you thinking 150 episodes ago? And I think I share that view with all of your viewers.
I wasn't.
I saw the early episodes. I don't think you were.
Yeah, I know, and I would maybe show some of that. I don't. Hopefully not. I don't know. It's if you sit here and you go, what have I done? I can give you all of that or how I went about it. But when I started, life was changing for me. Career change. I needed something to do, and probably hidden deep in the back of my brain somewhere way back there.
I miss the two brains.
I always, like most people know me as the karaoke guy, right? And I did that very successfully for 20 plus years, and so I got to know a lot of entertainers and stuff, but I never really got to really know them as far as I always appreciated live music, but I didn't get out and do it all the time and go see you guys, whatever, because like I was working, right? Yeah. So I only kind of heard about it. So I don't know. It just kind of popped in there and said, "Well, let's go get a camera." So I went and bought a camera. I bought it at Future Shop, and
so how is it that you decided though? Like people kind of in that generation, if they want to get into broadcasting, they'll get into either print or radio or something. How did you decide that you were going to be the first guy to do this alternative media? I'm going to have a show on the internet.
Well, I remember looking at YouTube, a couple of years even before starting the show, and I was like, what the heck? It was too much time to do this. And then when I started looking for something to do, and I saw the YouTube thing again. Well, first I looked at internet radio. I had done quite a bit of research on how to set up an internet radio. Sure. And certainly editing is a lot easier with internet radio than video.
You can wear whatever you want.
But yeah, that's right. But I just, everywhere I looked, I just saw more and more video. And I wish I had been the guys at YouTube that realized sooner than later that video is it and where it's going, right? So I just recognized that trend. Yeah. It just made sense to me I've lived in Sarnia all my life. Yeah. It just made sense to me to be able to have a tool that I could use to promote what I truly believe a great community in the city of Sarnia.
That being said, favorite interview?
Oh, there's been a lot of great interviews that I've been fortunate, all the interviews that I did, and it's actually an emotional one for me. Ron Eckerman, who was a tour manager for Leonard Skinner He was actually on a plane crash. He's one of the survivors of the plane crash, and he wrote a book called Turn It Up. And a week after I interviewed him back in May 2013, his health really turned bad on him, and a year later, May, he passed away. And Ron was just one of those guys where he knew how to do the interview. Like you'd ask him the question, and he knew how to put the details in there without going on and on about it.
Sure.
And he was
like a teaching moment for you.
He was a great guy. I mean, you're talking to a guy who did lighting for Peter Frampton, Fleetwood Mac, when
Sure.
lighting companies didn't exist, and then he probably the most genuine.
Yeah.
You know, because and everybody likes to do the interviews, and the stars and the celebrities, they do the interviews to help promote themselves.
Sure.
But Ron Eckerman.
Yeah.
At the end of every show, before you sign off, David, I notice you point down to your watch.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
the story behind the watch? If there is one, I'm not sure if there is, but I've noticed and I've just thrown it out there.
Well, aren't you the clever one, the observer?
I pay attention.
This watch, my sister, Kathy, and her husband Scott, they live in Barrie, so I don't get to see them as much as I'd like to now, but she gave me this watch at Christmas time, and on the back, she engraved, I believe in you.
That's nice.
Oh man.
That is
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little teary-eyed up there at Christmas, but she's always been a great support. She hasn't always agreed with everything I've done, but she's always said, support. Basically, she believes in me. So, and I don't even think she knows this now that you bring it up, but at the end of every show, I do say, "That's all the time I've got for you," and I point to the watch.
Yeah.
And that's my way of
Just kind of thanking her.
for
Yeah.
believing in me. Embarrassing moments or whatever. But I would like, if we can, I'll just take control for a minute. When I appreciate your time and the questions.
Yeah.
Let's take a real quick break, though.
Sure.
And I want to throw this out to, this is part of the interview that I did with Ron Eckerman.
Okay.
And I'm dedicating this show to him and his family, by the way, as well. Bounce the Cat, Rick Perry, a friend of mine who came on in episode 30, and it's been a great support, introduced me to Ron. And let's take a look at this part of the interview right now with Ron Eckerman. Take a look at this up-and-close exclusive interview with our friend Ron Eckerman, and then we'll be back with more. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this week here on the show, we're very, very excited to, I'm not even sure how to introduce the enjoyment we're going to have out of this interview. A very special man who has a very special story from the music world, and his name is Ron Eckerman.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here. I'm really happy to do this show.
Thank you.
They are the most taken for granted band, I think, in music history. Because look at this, if you think about it, they are the only band in history that has got their songs on heavy rotation on all the classic rock stations and most every other station, like even some talk radio stations.
Yeah.
Play those guys almost every hour. Good time.
And do you sing at all, Ron?
Well, I was. There's a lot of clubs around the country that give me great offers to come in and sing at like 1:45 because they have to close their doors at 2 and they want the house.
All right. Well, thanks for an honest answer. Well, maybe we can look at. I'm in Sarnia, Ontario, of course, and maybe we can look at having you come down here. We'll see if we can talk more about that. Ron Eckerman, thank you so much for taking the time to be here this week, and we're very, very excited for your book, and congratulations on the book as well. And like I said, I haven't read the whole thing. I've read a bunch of it, and it is quite humorous for sure, and I'm looking forward to finishing that up town as well. So Ron Eckerman, once again, sir, thank you, and have a great week.
Anytime, David. Thank you.
Well, as I said, once again, very up-close and personal interview with our new friend, Ron Eckerman. Ron, thanks for taking the time to be here on the show. I know you're very busy, but it was very enjoyable to talk to you on camera, as well as Ron spent quite some time talking to me off camera as well. So that really meant a lot to me, Ron. So. All right, so Ron Eckerman and his family, all the best to you, and definitely thanks to Ron Eckerman. That episode, that was an enjoyable experience for sure. And thanks to my friend Bounce the Cat for hooking me up with that. If you want to see the full interview there, we'll have that posted up on YouTube this week, and it's really a great interview.
But Adam Miner, great friend, fantastic technician, and musician, singer-songwriter extraordinaire. What's going on with DNA Studios and Adam Miner?
Working with relatively unknown singer-songwriter from the Sarnia area, Gregor Bodding. I'm working on the third record with Marinol Nation. And I'm really excited about a songwriter collective called Ordinary Angels. It's kind of like a broken social scene type of collaboration in that we have kind of regular players that come in and out, but they're not involved with every single song.
Fantastic.
What about Third Wave? What's up with you guys?
Yeah, we're heading down to Tennessee area with F&A Records,
Yeah, right.
and that's pretty much
That's
cemented. It's very exciting. Myself personally, the band, we're going to be doing a 1 week run down in Pigeon Forge at the Live Music Theatre. It's like an Imperial Theatre, Sarnia. But
Oh yeah.
what's next for David Burrows and the show? I'm not letting you get out without giving us a teaser. I know you got
Well, I've already,
something.
yeah,
It's
there's
a teaser for me because I don't pay attention to you unless you call me and stand me up for breakfast. So
I know.
come over and drink my coffee and leave.
And you're a great cook, by the way.
Thank you.
Well, we've already announced, working with DNA Studios and some other team members. We're going to be doing a show called Sarnia Tonight. It's going to be once a month. It'll be first Friday, November 7th, here at DNA Studios in front of a live audience.
And it's going to be just right around here. We're
Yeah,
going to be dressing
we're
up
gonna
the
have
place.
it, and our musical guests, Erica and Sarah, are going to be here. They're awesome.
Fantastic.
And local boxer, but he's the Canadian boxing champion, Frank the Hammer White, is going to be the guest here as well.
What happened there?
There's more.
3 different teasers in one sentence, and you weren't going to say anything.
I know.
David, I got to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, well,
It's been an absolute fun run.
Thanks.
Being your friend for so many years and watching you
and I
grow.
appreciate
and
your support, man.
Not a problem. I mean, that's what we need to do in Sarnia Lambton. It's a very small community. As large as it is, it's very small. And the musical community and entertainment community
Yeah.
need to band together. Instead of doing the competitive thing, let's do this. Because
Absolutely.
it gets
Yeah.
stronger and larger, and great things happen.
Yeah, thanks, man. Adam Meyer, thank you.
Thank
too,
you.
buddy. I appreciate your studio. I love this studio. And I guess I'm just really thankful to a lot of people. And, I didn't get a chance to mention it earlier, but, LambtonShield.com picked up the show a while back. Cheeky Monkey's been a great supporter. Blackburn Radio, K106.3. This
Sure.
was huge for the show. Thank you to Blackburn Radio for all their support. And there's a whole list. We just don't have enough time to go into everybody.
Scroll it at the end.
Yeah, okay.
Slowly this time.
Very,
because I got
very,
busy the
very,
last time you did.
very thankful for everybody. And I guess now back to the studio with you.
All right, and we're going to head back to the studio. We really hope you enjoyed the interview. We'll catch up with you in a few minutes.
It was nice of you to dress up, Glenn, for the interview.
Sunday best. Sunday
Yeah.
best.
Thanks, appreciate that.
David told me to stay in character, so I did, but I wore a blazer back in the studio, and that's about all you're getting. So,
All right.
yeah, Dave, back to you.
Back to the studio.
We're back, and that was really nice. I have a lot of respect for David, and I'm being very serious and sincere. A lot of people know me as a joker, but on a down-to-earth, one-to-one between me and you right now, David and I are very good friends. We have been for a very long time, and I have a lot of respect for the man and what he does for the local music scene, and he works tirelessly to bring you guys top-quality entertainment and information about the entertainment scene and sports scene and everything else that's going on around Sarnia Lambton. I'm very proud of him, and I'm proud to call him my friend. So right now I'll introduce to you back here at the studio my good friend, Mr. David Burrows.
All right. Hi.
Dave. Oh,
I'm
by the
actually
way,
here.
can I keep the coat?
No, you have to give the jacket
Oh,
back. Thank
anyway,
you, Glenn.
enjoy. Thanks, David. Congratulations.
I appreciate that. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun and interesting interview. I wasn't expecting that. Let's get rid of that. So thank you to my friends Glenn MacKinnon and Adam Miner down at DNA Studios. And 150 episodes. Very excited to.
What were you
been able
thinking?
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I really had no idea when I started what was going to happen. But also very excited, of course, new show, weekly show going to continue on. But then the monthly show, Sarnia Tonight, going to be happening November 7th down at DNA Studios. We're looking for you to be in the studio with us. And by the end of the show, I'll show you how you can be a part of that. I'm actually stuttering. I'm very overwhelmed by this. But anyway, we got to continue on. Thanks again, Glenn MacKinnon and Adam Miner, for that fun. So now, continuing on, let's go out into the community. And this week in the community, we're going to go down to the Imperial Theatre once again and talk to some folks that are putting on Alladin. In fact, Rebound is putting on Alladin. And here to talk to us, Tayler Hartwick talks to us about what's happening with Alladin and how you can go and enjoy this down at the Imperial Theatre. Let's go into the community, and I'll be right back. This week in the community for the 150th episode of the show, we're back at the Imperial Theatre, and Alladin is flying in on his carpet, and Rebound is putting this on. And here to talk to us, Tayler Hartwick. How are you?
Good.
You're excited because you're an intern director.
Yes.
And what does that exactly mean?
It means I overlook and shadow the main director, who's Richard Teskey.
And that has to be an honor for you to have him as a director working with you?
Yes, I've worked with him. This will be my 5th year working with him.
Awesome. Now, what's the age of the cast that's involved in this?
Ages 8 to 18.
Okay. And now Rebound's involved in this, and this is kind of a summer production. Talk a little bit about that program.
Well, what this is, it's the Act 2 program. So it's a theater summer program, and we work with kids. We start auditions around May, and then we start working in July, and we do a show over a 2-month span.
Perfect. Now, how would this live performance compare to, say, what we all know the movie production? Is it very exact, or is there some changes?
No, there's some changes in it. What happens is when you see a live performance, it really gives you a chance to see how the characters develop more and see more of their characteristics and personality that you don't see in an hour and 30-minute movie.
Right. Now, I do kind of got how you make an Aladdin fly around? Or is that a little trick
have
for
to buy a ticket.
Gotta buy a ticket. Okay, that's fair enough. How much are tickets for
$12.
this? And when is it happening here at the Imperial
18th, 19th, and 20th.
Okay, perfect. And it's expecting a great turnout and everything. And do you play in the cast at all, or are you just strictly behind the scenes?
I'm just behind the scenes.
Right. Oh, you wanted to be in there, did you? You want to fly on the carpet?
I wish, yeah.
Perfect. Well, Alladin and being put on by Rebound, once again, coming up this week here at the Imperial Theatre. We'll have all that information. Tayler, thank you so much for being here. And
Thanks
congratulations on your director internship.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to go back to the studio right now, and we're going to talk more about Alladin coming to the Imperial Theatre right here on the show. All right, well, once again, thank you, Tayler Hartwick, for being here on the show. And if you want to check out Alladin and all the details, go to imperialtheatre.net, and you can purchase your tickets online or go down the Imperial Theatre box off downtown Sarnia. Thanks again, Tayler, and we'll see you at the show. All right, well, Mark Russell joins us every week. He's always got some great tips and tricks, so let's get right to us. Here's our friend and apps with Mark Russell.
Dave, congratulations on 150 episodes. Here's to many hundreds more. Thanks, Dave. Football season has returned, and you can use your smartphone, tablet, or app to stay up to date, watch highlights, and manage your fantasy football team. This week we look at football on apps with Mark Russell. NFL Mobile is back for 2014. With this app from the NFL, you can get live game updates and watch video highlights from NFL.com. You can also set up team alerts where you get real-time updates throughout the season on your favorite team, as well as other NFL news. There's also a section for following your fantasy football team, and you can stream fantasy live from NFL.com. The Score is one of the most comprehensive and customizable sports apps you're going to find, not just for football, but for any sport. Follow your favorite teams, create your own custom timeline, and get push notifications of breaking news not just on your favorite team, but also your favorite players. You can also customize game alerts just the way you like them. If you play fantasy football, you might use Yahoo. And if you do, Yahoo Fantasy Football and More nearly puts the website to shame. Use this app to stay ahead of the rest of the guys while you're at work. Almost everything you can do on the website, you can do from the palm of your hand, anywhere you have internet coverage. Need a last-second switch because you just heard your starting QB isn't playing? No problem. Need to see up-to-the-minute standings for a player from another service that doesn't support live scoring? You can use the app to do that too. And don't forget to use the message boards to talk smack with other fantasy football managers. For comprehensive NFL coverage, look no further than NFL Mobile, The Score, and Yahoo Fantasy Football and more. All available on Android and iOS. This has been Apps with Mark Russell.
All right, well, Mark Russell, once again, thanks for joining us here. Every week, Mark is here on the show, and if you want to get in touch with Mark and find out what... it's a crazy week here on the show, the 150th episode. I don't know where things are coming from. Mark Russell, if you want to get a hold of him, it is info@markrussellsarnia.com. Mark is also running for city council here in Sarnia, and things are just happening here at the show this week. Thanks, Mark Russell, my friend. We'll see you next week. All right, lots of things happening, as always, locally in the entertainment scene. Here's your local entertainment guide. Take a look. We'll be back. All right, well, as always, lots of things happening here locally in the community and lots of great events. And if you want your event to be here on the show, I welcome you to send me your information to the show at davidburrows.ws, and just try to give me 2-3 weeks notice so I can get it up here on time for you. It's been a very fun show this week, 150 episodes, and I want to thank all of you viewers sincerely for watching the show and sharing with everybody. I really love doing the show, and we're reaching about 2,500 to 3,000 people per week here now on the show. And I'm very thankful to a lot of people. Thank you for Cheeky Monkey for coming on board in the beginning, and K106.3, and my friend Glenn MacKinnon from Third Wave, and Whiskey Rain was in there right at the beginning, and just a whole list of people that I just don't, I probably just don't have the time to go into all of it with you. I want to thank my sister for all her support as well, Kathy. I really appreciate you believing in me as well. Of course, my Jenny Moons, she has been there with me all the way through the show. And, I want to thank my friend Bounce the Cat, Rick Perry. He was a big part of coming on board with the show about episode 30. He was somebody who put me in touch with a lot of the artists that you've seen here on the show from around the world, and especially Ron Eckerman, which you saw a little bit earlier in the show. Ron Eckerman, definitely my most favorite, and Ron Eckerman was fighting a battle for about a year from the time I met him, actually about a week after I met him, and a year later passed on. And we really miss Ron Eckerman, and I dedicate this show, the 150th episode, to Ron Eckerman and his family. Thanks, everybody, for being here on the show. That's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend, and I will see you next time right here on the show. Bye-bye for now. Bigger things here on the show.
How you doing? I'm Bounce the Cat, a.k.a. Rick Perry. I'm watching an old episode of David Burrows in the show. This one, episode 30 from 2012, where he interviews Lynette Skinner, an all-girl tribute band from California. It's the first time I worked with Dave, and we've grown a great relationship ever since. Coming up 120 episodes later, getting ready to celebrate your 150th episode, your shows only get better. I look forward to working with you in the future. Keep up the good work, Dave. The independent music scene needs you, and Sarnia loves you. Good luck. I look forward to seeing what's new.
All the way from Southern California, we hooked up with these ladies, and we had a fun interview, and we're going to show you.